The old man touched the shield, and the young giant laughed. "You're going to teach me how to use a shield," he said. 3 seconds later, his teeth would be in the snow. The longhouse smelled of pine smoke and seal fat. Outside, the wind carved through the fjord like an invisible blade. But inside, the fire crackled, and warriors spoke in low tones about the coming raid season. Shields lined the walls, round, iron-rimmed, painted with clan symbols. Some bore the scars of 100 battles. Others were new, their wood still pale and unmarked. In the corner sat Bjorn the Unmovable. That's what they called him. He stood a head taller than any man in the hall, shoulders like a bull, arms thick as ship masts. He'd killed 12 men in combat, broken shields with his bare fists. When he walked, the floorboards groaned. When he sparred, men stepped back. He was 23 winters old and believed himself invincible. Across from him, barely noticed, sat an old man named Einar. Einar was small. His hair was grey, his beard thin. His hands were scarred and calloused, but they moved with precision, never wasted motion. He carved a piece of driftwood with a small knife, shavings falling like snow onto his lap. He had been a shieldmaster for 40 years. He had taught 3 generations of warriors, but he was quiet. He never boasted. And in a culture that worshipped strength, silence was often mistaken for weakness. Bjorn noticed him and grinned. "Old man," Bjorn said, loud enough for the hall to hear. "Why do you still carry that broken shield?" Einar's shield leaned against the wall beside him. It was old, battered, its rim chipped in 3 places. The paint had faded. A crack ran down the center, bound with leather straps. Einar didn't look up. "It still works." Bjorn laughed, a deep, booming sound. "That thing wouldn't stop a child's spear. You should throw it in the fire and get a real shield. Or better yet, let a real warrior show you how it's done." The hall grew quieter. A few warriors exchanged glances. Einar had trained most of them. They knew better than to mock him. But Bjorn was new to the clan, brought in from a southern settlement after his father's death. He didn't know the stories. Einar set down his knife. He looked at Bjorn for the first time. His eyes were calm, almost kind. "You think a shield is for blocking?" Einar said softly. Bjorn snorted. "Of course it is. What else would it be for?" "Come outside," Einar said. "I'll show you." The training ground was a flat stretch of packed earth behind the longhouse, bordered by snowdrifts and frozen stumps. The sky was grey, heavy with the promise of more snow. A few warriors followed them out, curious. Bjorn grabbed his shield, a new one, freshly painted, iron-rimmed and heavy. Einar took his broken shield, settling the grip into his scarred palm like an old friend. They stood 10 paces apart. Bjorn grinned. "I don't want to hurt you, old man." Einar said nothing. He simply waited. Bjorn charged. He came like a landslide, shield raised, boots pounding the frozen ground, breath misting in the cold air. He intended to crash into Einar, to overwhelm him with sheer force, to drive him into the snow and prove that youth and power would always triumph over age and experience. What happened next took less than 3 seconds. Einar moved, not backward, not to the side, forward. He stepped in at an angle, so slight it seemed like nothing, but it took him off the line of Bjorn's charge. At the same moment, Einar's shield moved, not to block, to strike. The rim of his broken shield snapped upward, catching the bottom edge of Bjorn's shield and lifting it. Bjorn's vision disappeared behind his own defense. Blind, off balance, he tried to adjust, but Einar was already moving again. The old man's shoulder drove into Bjorn's exposed ribs. Not hard, just precise. It was a push, perfectly timed, perfectly placed. Bjorn's weight was already forward, his balance already broken by the lifting of his shield. Einar's push didn't need strength, it only needed timing. Bjorn's legs tangled, his massive body tilted, and then he fell. He hit the frozen ground face first, his shield clattering away, snow exploding around him. The impact knocked the air from his lungs. He tasted blood. His teeth had cut his lip. The watching warriors were silent. Bjorn rolled onto his back, gasping. He looked up.
Einar stood over him, shield still in hand, not even breathing hard. "You thought the shield was for hiding," Einar said quietly. "It's not. It's for controlling distance, for creating angles, for opening your opponent. A shield doesn't just protect you, it dictates the fight." He offered his hand. Bjorn stared at it. Then, slowly, he took it. That night, Bjorn didn't boast. He didn't laugh. He sat beside Einar and asked, "Teach me." And Einar did. Over the next months, Bjorn learned what he thought he already knew. He learned that strength without control was just flailing, that speed without timing was wasted energy, that a warrior's greatest weapon wasn't in his arm, it was in his mind. He learned to read weight shifts, to see where an opponent was about to move before they moved. He learned that the shield wasn't passive, it was active, aggressive, a weapon that created opportunities. He learned that the deadliest fighters weren't always the biggest, they were the ones who understood why things worked. Bjorn became formidable, not because he got stronger, he was already strong, but because he stopped relying on strength alone. Years later, when Einar was too old to fight, Bjorn became the shieldmaster. And when young warriors came to him, arrogant and sure of themselves, he would smile and say, "You think the shield is for blocking? Come outside, I'll show you." The lesson spread, not just through that clan, but to others. Warriors began to understand that the most dangerous opponent wasn't the one who looked the most dangerous. It was the one who understood the principles, the one who had been humbled and learned from it. And somewhere in every longhouse there was a battered shield, a reminder. Strength is easy to see, wisdom is not. But when the snow settles and the fight is over, it's wisdom that's still standing.